watching County Report This Week. I'm Susan Kennedy. We start this time with a call from County Executive Ike Leggett asking county residents to step up recycling efforts. The executive has announced establishing a new higher recycling goal of 70%. That is correct, 70% of the waste stream to be recycled by the end of 2020. The county began its innovative recycling programs 4 decades ago and has worked to expand recycling opportunities of more items in larger quantities. The new goal is the first since the original goal of recycling 50% of the waste stream was established nearly 20 years ago. It puts Montgomery County in an elite group of major jurisdictions which have the highest recycling goals in the United States.
70% sounds like a big number, and to say it is not would be an understatement. But again, it is a doable number. We have evaluated this now, and we project that in order for us to meet those numbers, we must continue to work together to maximize every facet of recycling. That everyone living in a single family home, an apartment or a condo, or working in the county recycling everything and everywhere that we can.
The Montgomery County Planning Board has appointed Rose Krasnow interim planning director while the search is on for a replacement for Rollin Stanley. Stanley resigned his position with the planning department for a new job in Calgary. Krasnow has worked for the planning department since 2004.
So I do view my role somewhat as a caretaker. I'm not going to come forth with any bold new initiatives because I think that would really be something that the new director should be able to do. There are some things that internally that I hope to address. You know, we had a reorganization about 1.5 years ago. Some of the kinks have not been worked out necessarily with that, and so I do hope to really work with staff, develop some teams to look at ways we can make just our day at work go a little smoother.
Ms. Krasnow is a former 3-term mayor of Rockville. During her tenure, she will oversee staff as it completes work on the zoning rewrite project.
Part of the basic problem as to why it's so hard to get through our process, just figuring out what people were trying to accomplish with those words they used. We have too many zones, too many overlays, too many footnotes. We really need to make it simpler. I know it's going to be a Herculean task, however, to get it approved. People view it as radically changing the way we do things. I don't believe it does that. And I hope one of the things I can do in my capacity is help get that message out there. This is not going to change our county. It's going to help our county.
As part of the revitalization of South Downtown Silver Spring, a new mixed-income rental apartment building has been built as part of a public-private partnership. The Galaxy Apartments opened its doors, and Lorna Virgili was at the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Lorna?
Susan, the Galaxy apartment building in downtown Silver Spring is officially open with 82 units of affordable housing, but I hate to say they're all taken.
1, 2, 3.
Located on 13th Street, just a couple of blocks west of Georgia Avenue in downtown Silver Spring, the Galaxy promises to be home to 82 low-income families.
This is part of Silver Spring, part of smart growth, part of the development that will help our community in terms of jobs, in terms of how we look at this part of the community to visualize a real redevelopment of all of Silver Spring.
It is a 5-story mid-rise rental apartment building with 195 units in a transit-friendly location. Construction was partly funded by the county and the state with agreement that the developer would provide mixed-income housing.
Families who might be making anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a year. And they opened the waiting list, people came in, signed up, and very quickly all of the units were occupied. So now they're just gathering names for a waiting list in case any vacancies come up.
Under the affordable housing criteria, a 1-bedroom is leased for about $1,100 a month and a 2-bedroom for $1,300. The moderately priced units are already under 1-year leases, but interested persons can place their names on a waiting list by visiting the Galaxy Apartments.
10 years ago, this street was dangerous. It was unattractive. You had this building was abandoned, you had the building across the street, the Gramax, was abandoned, and now we see this development that creates an entire new face for South Silver Spring. It makes this an attractive and an exciting place to live and work and shop. It creates activity on the street. It makes it safe for everyone in the area. So this is a development that we should all welcome.
Another similar building is under construction. The Orion will also open doors this summer. For more information, visit HerculesLiving.com. For County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
Still to come on County Report This Week, thousands of residents come out to celebrate the Kentlands community. And some 4th grade students get a good old-fashioned lesson in home economics.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. When we come back, we'll have all the action on Hometown Holidays, the biggest party of the year, when County Report This Week continues.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. Hometown Holidays took over downtown Rockville again this year. It was a 3-day festival of entertainment, arts, and family fun, and our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has the recap.
That's right, Susan. The weekend was filled with fun, music, the taste of Rockville, and a lot more. But as we saw, the community came together to recognize what the real meaning of the weekend was all about.
I, for one, am extremely thankful for your support through my journey on 2 deployments totaling 27 months in Afghanistan. What many of us fail to realize is how much more soldiers and veterans like myself and others here today who need your support when we return home.
The city recognized Memorial Day with its annual celebration of Hometown Holidays, which included a weekend of activities for the whole family right in downtown Rockville, including over 40 live performances, the Taste of Rockville, and the Marketplace Craft Festival. Even though headliner rising country star Easton Corbin wasn't able to perform due to thunderstorms on Sunday night, we caught up with him during his sound check to find out what Memorial Day means to him.
It's always a cool thing to get out here and celebrate with everybody. You know, of course, Memorial Day is about, thanking our troops out there, your men and women in the armed forces, and it's just an honor to be able to do that, with everybody else here.
The weekend culminated with the 68th annual Memorial Day ceremony and parade right down Maryland Avenue. Even though Hometown Holidays is the city's biggest event of the year, there are many more events happening this summer. Go online to rockfilmd.gov and search events.
Technology played a role in solving some open burglary cases here in Montgomery County, and Officer Rebecca Innocenti is here to tell us more about those cases. Officer, from what I understand, it was an iPad you were able to track. Is that correct?
That's correct, Susan. In early May, Bethesda detectives noted that several burglaries were occurring in close proximity to one another, and the method of entry into the home was usually a basement window. On May 9th, police responded to Keoke Street in Bethesda for the report of a burglary, and one of the items taken during that burglary was an Apple iPad. Responding officers used tracking software to track that iPad to the suspect's residence. That suspect, a 14-year-old male from Bethesda, was taken into custody. And during questioning, he admitted to 4 burglaries and 1 attempted burglary in that area. He was released to his parents that night. On May 10th, detectives and police responded to another residence in Bethesda for the report of attempted burglary, and it was determined that that juvenile had attempted that burglary also. So in total, he was charged with 6 total burglaries in the Bethesda area. It also was determined that the bike he was riding when he was arrested was determined to be stolen from a local elementary school in Bethesda.
Okay, so that's some really good police work with technology by your side, helping you out. Thank you very much, Officer Rebecca Innocenti, Montgomery County Police. Who doesn't love a parade? The 4th annual Kentlands Day celebration began with just that, as organizers used the event to highlight the downtown business scene. MCM's Sonia Burke reports.
They lined the streets for the 4th annual Kentlands Day Parade, a celebration that brought thousands of people from all over the county to downtown Kentlands. Students and their mascot from Lakelands Park Middle School were the first to appear. They were followed by 3 hometown heroes. The band, a marching unit from Baltimore, got the crowd rocking as other groups showed off their moves. Local politicians waved to the crowd as everyone headed to the Market Square parking lot for a day of activities that included kids' rides and a climbing wall, live entertainment, a business expo, the Taste of Kentlands, a silent auction, and a car show.
I thought the parade was terrific. The weather was great. The route that they lay out here is wonderful, and everyone was energetic and in a great mood. It's everything you want in a parade.
The big thing about Kentlands Day is that it's local. We focus very much on providing opportunities for the local businesses to show off their stuff and to bring out people from all around the area.
It brings business downtown. It's a chance to show off our community and our business community of all the great businesses that are here and all the good times you can have coming down to the Kentlands.
At the Taste of Kentlands, there was plenty to eat, including samples from a restaurant that is not even opened yet.
I think what you find with Not Your Average Joe's is not only is the food great, very fresh, everything that you see, but the hospitality is great. I would like to treat everybody like you were coming to my house for dinner.
One of the highlights for adults at the Kentlands Day Festival is the classic car show. I'm sitting inside a 1972 Buick Riviera, which is considered a very rare vehicle.
We have a nice mix of, older stuff for us older folk who remember hot rods.
Turns out the winner of the Kentlands Day People Choice Award went to the 1965 Olds Cutlass convertible. Everybody we talked to seemed to have a really fun day.
I liked it all.
In Gaithersburg, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
If you take the ingredients for bread, mix them with a bunch of energetic 4th graders, and let them settle for a few hours, you'd be surprised at what you get. With that story now is Montgomery County Public Schools.
Cinnamon rolls. Oh, okay, good.
For nearly 800 MCPS 4th graders, math and science came to life thanks to a unique bread baking life skills program.
First thing we need.
The event on May 22nd and 23rd was sponsored by King Arthur Flour and Johns Hopkins University and aimed to teach students about baking bread using science and math skills.
So there are 3 goals: to learn the skill, to bake the bread themselves, and to share with the community.
During the program, students from 7 MCPS elementary schools watched an interactive bread baking demo that showcased the ways in which measurement and chemistry apply in bread baking.
You can see it coming up through the bottle. You can feel it in your nose sometimes.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Today I learned how to bake bread and cinnamon rolls and pizza.
After the demo, the students participated in a hands-on science trade show.
We're really excited about being here and being away from school and trying something new.
I made slime because I actually really love science.
Various companies presented fun science activities for the students, from making glow sticks, bouncy balls, and slime, to learning how to jumpstart their hearts.
It's really important to bring science to life by showing the hands-on activities so that they're not just reading words. They can actually participate and see what they're mixing and watch the reactions and really get enthralled and participate to get the most out of these lab activities.
King Arthur Flour donated enough supplies for students to bake 2 loaves of bread. One for their families and one to be donated to local organizations that help feed those in need in our community. Students and staff walked away from this special field trip with a new excitement and appreciation for science and math.
Up next on County Report, we'll tell you about a program that is all about getting kids outdoors. And students at Montgomery College learn about the true meaning of hunger. Keep it here on County Report this week. Welcome back. In this week's transportation update, Tom Pogue has information on the Keep Montgomery County Beautiful contest that's open to all county residents. Here's his report.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. Do you have a landscape project in your common area of your community, in the public right-of-way, or at your business that deserves recognition? Why not enter it in the Keep Montgomery County Beautiful Landscape Competition? 5 different categories, such as commercial, institutional, or community, cover various types of landscaping environments we'd like to recognize. Are you an aspiring photographer? Celebrate the county's beauty by entering our companion amateur photography competition. This contest has categories ranging from Montgomery County by day or night to landmarks and people. These contests are sponsored by the Keep Montgomery County Beautiful Task Force, a resident advisory committee that provides guidance to DOT on litter, landscaping, and environmental matters. The deadline for both contests is June 22nd. Contact DOT's Community Outreach Office for a nomination form by calling 240-777-7155 or visiting our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/mcdot. We're working to keep you moving through Montgomery County's beautiful countryside.
Most of us take having dinner every night for granted, but would you believe something as common as eating daily should actually be considered a privilege? Montgomery College has taken steps to help raise awareness of this serious issue.
Ever wondered when you'd have your next meal? Maybe in an hour? A day? What about a month? This may seem an odd question for most, but there are others who routinely have to deal with these concerns. Montgomery College has teamed up with Oxfam America to stage a hunger banquet in order to call attention to the seriousness of these issues.
I think an event like this is very, very significant for our students. First of all, it's an awareness about global issues, but also it's awareness about local issues. Once we think about hunger, we think it's only an issue in certain parts of the world, but all these issues exist right here in our neighborhood as well.
Hunger may seem like a trivial issue when we're so used to seeing massive amounts of food produced at a larger rate than it's consumed, but the luxury of having plenty of food isn't one found everywhere.
I think it's important to be aware of what you can do, and Oxfam Hunger Banquet is the way to do so. It's not only donates to a great cause, it makes people aware that these issues are evident in society.
Oxfam America, an international relief and development organization dedicated to solving issues of poverty and hunger, has been helping institutions raise awareness of the injustices of hunger for nearly 40 years. At a hunger banquet, guests draw tickets at random that assign them seating and eating arrangements based on 3 tiers of income: low, medium, and high. The setup portrays the imbalance of poverty in our world, with the smallest percentage being at the top and the largest at the bottom. Some guests were given roles to play that parallel the lives of those affected by hunger issues. These scenarios demonstrate how easily someone can shift down from a higher tiered position due to an unexpected or uncontrolled circumstance.
If we tackle those issues today, I think for next several generations we will have done our job.
Introduce your youngsters to nature at an early age, and researchers say they are more likely to love the outdoors for life. MCM's Sonia Burke reports how one conservation center is taking that to heart.
I'm Sonia Burke at the headquarters of the Isaac Walton League in Gaithersburg, where they've launched a new nature program designed for preschoolers.
Research has showed that getting kids outside, even at an early age, preschool age, is when they're really going to develop that love of nature.
On this day, the Tiny Ikes program begins with story time and is followed by a nature hike, where kids between the ages of 2 and 5 collect pieces of their natural environment, such as berries, feathers, flowers, and leaves that they will use for an art project.
Hey, yeah? Well, let's take one leaf, because we don't want to hurt the plant, but we can take one, maybe.
Well, I collected leaves and flowers and some grass.
The kids also got up close to some wildlife around the lake.
I saw a baby goose and a mama and papa and another mama and papa without a baby.
I think that's very important for kids to get a sense of what the natural world is and what they can do in it, and to just feel safe in the world. And I think that's really important, that our children shouldn't only feel safe in their homes, but also in nature.
I really enjoy it. Catherine loves to be outside, and it's a
environment for her, and she gets to learn a few things about nature and doing things like arts and crafts. It's really good for her, so we've had lots of fun.
It's not about learning what is this animal, what is this tree, what is this. It's having them experience nature the way that they want to experience it.
The Tiny Ikes program meets next on June 20th and June 30th, where preschoolers will learn about animal habitats and the sounds of the wild. The Isaac Walton League is also piloting a similar nature program with local preschools. For more information, visit the Conservation Center's website. In Gaithersburg, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
When we come back, some handy tips you might want to make note of before you fire up your grill this summer. And Kathy Stanhope will be here with our Pet of the Week when County Report This Week continues.
There's big news in Montgomery College athletics, starting with men's tennis. Single star Duck Park won the NJCAA Division III National Championship in Texas with an upset win over the top-seeded player in the country. And MC Women's Softball has big news too. Julie Hance was named to the All-Maryland JUCO first team. Hance, the team's top pitcher, was 5th in the state in strikeouts and also batted a robust .528. And turning to academic competition, the MC team won the Science Observations Award at the National Solar Spectrograph Competition in Montana. The engineering and physics students created a ground-based solar spectrograph designed to relate to a specific scientific mission. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. And now another Heritage Montgomery Civil War moment. Our last installment looked at the African Americans living here at the time. We pick up now with a survey of the Union presence in western Montgomery County.
By late 1861, the Union had established a significant presence along the Potomac River. They were sent here to guard Montgomery County's vulnerable border. And it wasn't long before an encounter occurred not far from here, just across the river.
The Battle of Ball's Bluff took place on October 21, 1861. Union regiments led by Colonel Edward Baker ferried across the Potomac to scale some steep cliffs, known as Ball's Bluff. A timely Confederate counterattack left Baker dead and forced the Federals to retreat. More than 700 Union soldiers were captured, and many more died trying to escape. As the year wore on, Federal troops were ever present in this part of the county. In addition to the Union camps, a military infrastructure was developing. Professor Thaddeus Lowe created a balloon camp in the hills above Edwards Ferry. Weather permitting, gas-fired balloons ascended to provide a clear view of enemy activity in the surrounding area. Because balloons were hard to conceal, the Confederates adjusted their tactics, and the camp was closed after only 4 months. In Darnestown, along Seneca Road, a Signal Corps school was established on the Samuel T. Magruder farm. Platforms placed in a chestnut tree supported signalers with flags. Coded messages were sent through a network of signalers stationed at other high places. One was atop Sugarloaf Mountain. In southern Darnestown, the hills overlooking the Potomac offered a good vantage point for surveying enemy activity. In the fall of 1861, 5,000 Federals encamped here. A few months later, the 19th Massachusetts Infantry erected 3 blockhouses for maintaining a secure lookout between Seneca and Great Falls. Each was 48 feet square, with walls 4 feet thick and 12 feet high. Federals occupied this area for the duration of the war. For County Report This Week, I'm Barbara Grunbaum.
The fate of those blockhouses will be revealed in a future Civil War moment, but if you can't wait, visit the Heritage Montgomery website and click on Civil War. Nice weather means it's the beginning of barbecue season. But before you start grilling outdoors, there are a few safety tips to keep in mind that will protect you and your family from any grilling accidents. Iris Argueta has more on this story.
Dozens of people get hurt every year in grilling accidents. That's why Montgomery County Fire Chief Richard Bowers wants homeowners to remember a few safe grilling techniques. And it all starts with placing grills at least 10 feet away from the house, deck railings, and out from under overhanging branches.
If you're grilling outside, make sure you're not grilling near the house. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of fires in the county where the outside of the house has caught on fire and then traveled inside.
It's also unsafe to use grills in a garage, porch, or enclosed area that could trap carbon monoxide.
We too, unfortunately, experienced a lot of deaths related to carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is the silent killer. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it.
According to the National Fire Prevention Association, almost 1/3 of grill injuries occur when lighting or turning on the grill. Outdoor safety expert Isan Motasiri shows how to inspect the gas tank before starting up the grill.
Before we start our grill, we got to make sure that all the hoses are in good shape and nothing is leaking, no cracks, nothing wrong with it. Where the grill, what you have over here, where it's connecting into the propane, it's tightened pretty good.
Another mistake is allowing children to get too close to the flames. Experts say it's important to set up a safety zone that's at least 3 feet away from the grill area to keep kids away from the fire. And have the proper fire extinguisher for the type of grill you're using.
You have to make sure that you take a look at the symbols on the side of the fire extinguisher. Like this one is good for A, B, and C, which is for wood, for liquid, and what we have over here, electrical equipment. And then you should be trained and know how to use a fire extinguisher.
Just a few safety measures to keep you out of danger during the summer grilling season. Iris Argueta for County Report This Week.
Now it's time for our Pet of the Week segment with Kathy Stanhope. She's here with a cat named Bounty who is looking for an owner with a big heart.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope at the Montgomery County Humane Society with the Pet of the Week. And this is Bounty. He is a big boy. He is very, very sweet, and he's very friendly. He likes people, he likes other animals, and he really needs a home. And he has beautiful green eyes. I don't know if you can see that, but gorgeous green eyes. And Bounty's a special cat because he has FIV, which is a feline immunodeficiency virus. It's not dangerous, it's not contagious to humans or other animals other than cats. So it would be a good idea for Bounty to be an only cat. So if you have a house full of cats already, this probably isn't the cat for you. But if you're looking to adopt a single cat, Bounty will live a long, happy life. It's not a problem that incurs any other vet bills. He's not going to be sick. He's just a very nice, healthy cat that happens to have a virus in him that you really don't want to transmit to other cats if you can avoid it. And he is friendly. He's a real love. He's a big favorite here at the shelter. As you can see, he is a huge lap cat. He just wants to cuddle up in somebody's lap and just rest. He likes to be cuddled, he likes to be loved, and if you're looking for a new cat in your house, this is definitely one you want to consider. Bounty is a real sweetheart. So come on down to the shelter on Goody Drive in Rockville to meet Bounty or another cat like him. You can visit us on the web at mchumane.org and see Bounty's picture, and you can also call 240-773-5967. And remember, this is kitten season, and although Bounty's not a kitten anymore, we're just inundated with kittens right now. So if you are looking for maybe to help out at the shelter and you don't know how and you don't have time to come down here to volunteer, we are always looking for foster homes for kittens. You can take the kittens in, you help socialize them, we take care of most of the expenses, and then you help us get them a new home for themselves. So kitten season right now, we do need fosters. So again, visit us on the web at mchumane.org or give us a call.
Well, that wraps up this edition of County Report This Week. Be sure to tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. And if you're social networking, you can like us on Facebook. I'm Susan Kennedy. Have a great week.